Hello guys, now in this part we will study about the bowl assembly removal. So bowl removal. So basically the one you see in front of you, this is the complete bowl assembly. Important tools are mentioned in the manual that we have to see. Number one, this one is a compression tool for the lock ring.
To every marine engineer out there, from junior engineer to chief engineer and electrical officer, we all know that earning respect on ship is very important. We all know fast promotions are very important, and we all know that इज्जत कमानी है, promotion चाहिए तो काम आना चाहिए, तो जूते पड़ते हैं, गालियां पड़ती हैं, and for that you need a good mentor. Sometimes we keep finding those mentors on board ship, अगर नहीं मिल रहे तो MNDFLIX है ना, Merchant Navy Decoded has launched a subscription model where you can find more than 30 plus courses with respect to your rank, helping you earn respect on ship. Please enroll on these free trial videos, watch these videos as per rank, and then decide whether you want to invest or not with a very good flexible payment plan as well. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Mata.
Achha, now question is why do we need a compression tool, or why we are using the disc stack to be compressed when we are loosening the lock ring? Why? Because the disc stack, so the bowl hood or the disc stack, the bowl hood is connected with the bowl body with the help of this lock ring or the center lock, but it can only lock when the bowl hood is compressed, so that this lock ring can actually accommodate the compressed part. If it is not compressed, the lock ring will not sit in place. So it is compressed to pair up the lock ring with the bowl body. Okay, that is why it is required to be compressed. That is why we require a compression tool. Okay, number two is the lifting bolts. Okay, then number three is important. This one is for the cap nut removal. For the cap nut we need one tool. Number four is this is for the discharge slide, removal of the discharge slide. Puller, this is like a puller. Number 5 is the lifting tool. Okay, number 5 is the lifting tool for the distributor and the spindle. Number 6 is this is a puller. Okay, puller for the bowl body when we are lifting the bowl body. And then this is Allen screw M5X, and 9 number is a chisel for the seal ring removal, special chisel, don't use another chisel. Okay, number 10 is a pin for distributor lifting. Okay, number 7 here is a screw for the lock ring. Okay, lock ring removal. Okay, we will see the use of these tools when we are studying the removal section. The components here are: number 1 is the lock ring. Number 2 here is the bowl hood. The bowl hood is joined together by the lock ring. Bowl hood and body are joined together by the lock ring. Okay, so that is why we need to compress it here so that they are sitting evenly. That is how the maker has designed this assembly. Okay. Okay. Then we have the seal ring. So this is the main seal ring, which is sitting between the sliding bowl. Okay, sliding bowl here is this one, discharge slide. So between the discharge slide and the bowl hood you have a main seal ring, like similar to your MAN BMW. Important tip here is that always while check for the surface, and always you remember that the protruded part, the bigger diameter will be coming on the outside, and the inner the smaller diameter of the main seal ring will go inside. Okay, so when don't insert ulta, na? You always check that the correct diameter, the small diameter part will be going inside. So it is having a little bit small diameter on one edge, so small diameter will go inside. Okay, well removal. So this is the seal rings for sealing the bowl hood with the discharge slide. Okay, then we have o-ring. Achha, o-ring ka kya purpose hai? What is the o-ring for here? So this o-ring basically is for making the, so we can see this o-ring is coming somewhere here, है ना, here, exactly here. So on the top of this top disc, you see the top disc के ऊपर you have oil and water chambers. So this o-ring is basically responsible for sealing, okay, making the oil and water tight, seal tight, otherwise oil or water can leak out from this area. So this o-ring is making sure that oil or water is not leaking out into the frame. Okay, second is the top disc. Top disc is basically the top part of the disc stack. Okay, then these o-rings are small o-rings in the this pipe, okay, in the inlet and outlet pipe. So the oil is entering through this pipe inlet and oil is going out from the outlet side. So this is the pairing disc, oil pairing disc. This is the pairing tube. So this pairing disc is basically removing the clean oil from the pairing chamber. So the chamber here, like this is the chamber, so this will go out and water, if any, will be skimmed out from this section, from the pairing tube section. Okay, so these o-rings here will be on the pipe, okay, for making correct sealing, okay, from oil to water and water to oil. There is a correct sealing, we need these o-rings also, okay. Then there is one important seal called splash seal, splash seal. So splash seal, basically this one here is a splash seal, okay. So this splash seal prevents any oil or water from this section to spill out, okay. Like this o-ring was preventing the oil water, this splash seal is also preventing the oil water if any extra pressure is generated. So if this splash seal is not there, it will leak out outside the frame, okay. Then comes the top disc, the bowl disc. So the first disc is not having any cocks. Cocks means the orientation through which the bowl is having perforation, and through these, like the pathways, okay. Cocks are like pathways from which the oil rises. So these are the cocks that you can see on the ball discs, okay. So it's like pathway through for the oil to rise. The first disc is not having any cocks, okay. So ball discs are there. Then the distributor pipe is basically holding up all the discs assembly, the disc stack, and oil is entering through this distributor pipe and rising also from this distributor pipe inside the bowl discs, okay. Then comes the cap nut. Cap nut is basically holding the discharge slide in place, and it is held in place by this lock nut, cap nut, lock nut, for removing the discharge slide in the end. The discharge slide is basically for the dislodging mechanism. This is the one through which your dislodging takes place. When discharge slide opens, then the discharge, these ports, sludge ports, gets exposed and sludge gets discharged out of these ports. Then this rectangular ring has a special significance here. You can see 1, 2 and 3 rectangular rings are there. Basically these are o-rings, but they are having a rectangular orientation like this, okay. These are rectangular o-rings. These rectangular o-rings have a special purpose. So because the water seal is being maintained by these rectangular o-rings, the pressure, you can see this is the operating slide. So this operating slide has got the valve plugs and the nozzle is inside the holder. So holder and the operating slide, they come together as an assembly. So and the operating slide is forming the external part of the bowl body. So from the operating water ring, water goes inside and it moves the operating slide, due to which the water pressure increases or decreases. So what maintains the closing water seal here? The rectangular ring. So rectangular ring, when it is getting it is maintaining the seal. When the water pressure is increasing for closing water, it is maintaining the seal. If it gets worn out or cuts, then water will leak out and purifier bowl will open in that case. So discharge slide is kept in place by these rectangular rings. Okay, O-ring is basically for the inside part of the discharge slide, but externally this rectangular ring is maintaining the closing water side. Okay, similarly the lower rectangular ring is maintaining the operating water slide pressure chamber. Okay, we have got the valve plugs. So valve plugs are opening and closing when the operating water has to drain. So these are for the operating water to drain. Okay, for the operating water draining, these valve plugs are working, and then that water drains through the nozzles. Okay, it valve plugs goes down and the water drains out from the nozzle. You have got a rectangular ring here also, so that purpose is just for making a pressure seal. Okay, so that the water seal does not get broken and the pressure does not reduce. So rectangular rings are used to maintain the correct pressure seal. Okay, this rectangular ring is for sealing the opening and closing water, for sealing opening and closing water. Okay, the operating slide here, it opens the sludge port. When it goes down, it moves down to uncover the sludge port here, due to which the discharge slide comes down and the sludge ports get uncovered, and when it goes up, the sludge port gets covered and the discharge slide closes in with the bowl hood. Okay, lastly you have got the operating water ring. So operating water ring is similar to the water supplying device in the Mitsubishi purifier. You have got water going into the pressure sections, the closing water sections or the opening water section from this operating water ring, and in the end you have got a seal ring, so that the operating water does not leak out. So these are the components of the bowl assembly. Now let us overhaul the bowl. Okay, so first thing is we will remove the lock ring, because by removing the lock ring we will decompress the bowl hood, and now we can easily separate out the bowl hood from the bowl body. So first thing is to remove the lock ring. Okay, for removing the lock ring, first this is the compression tool we will use. We will fit the compression tool, and then these are the clamps. We will make sure these clamps you will have to put in the sludge ports, not in these holes where which are for the lock ring removal. Okay, so fit the clamps and the screws, not to cover the threaded holes. Okay, so threaded holes are not to be covered, we have to put in the sludge port. Okay, then C, compress the disc stack by tightening the inner. So you have to place this 1 2 3, it is shown clearly, and inner one you have to use the bolts, the inner ones. Okay, not the outer ones, the inner ones, so that you can compress it. You can tighten, when you tighten it the bowl hood gets compressed, not the body. So bowl hood gets compressed. Important thing is that the you have to use the torque wrench for this, and the torque required for this is 16 newton meter. So use a torque wrench and then one by one alternately you tight it to 16 newton meter. At this point, when this, you can see the bowl hood getting compressed. When the bowl hood gets compressed, then we can use this screws, dismantling screws. Okay, in the lock ring section you use the dismantling screws. Very important to note here, because many times fourth engineers make this mistake. Always remember the sequence of inserting these dismantling screws. Why? Because if you are tightening or unevenly tightening or using a wrong sequence, the lock ring might get bent. Okay, because this is under pressure. So always remember to correctly follow the sequence. From the number 1 is mentioned here, no, it's in the clockwise direction. You have to insert the screws 1 2 3 4 5 and 6. So these are the 6 dismantling screws that you have to place on the periphery, so that the lock ring, so you will see, I will show you a video presentation in which how the lock ring is getting just removed from by pressing this dismantling screws. So we have to press out the lock ring by tightening the screws successively in the numbers 1 to 6. Okay, lock ring end, from the lock ring end we have to start the number 1 value. Okay, so from slowly we can see the lock ring coming out. Let us just see from the start until this part of the video presentation. So we see that the compression tool is being fitted. You see, this is how compression tool is being inserted. Okay, now you are fitting the clamps and tightening it on the sludge port. So maker is also showing that you don't need to block these holes. Always keep these holes free. You are inserting the stud in the inner part, inner bolt. Okay, then the torque wrench, you have adjusted the torque wrench to 60 newton meter and tightening alternately tightening the compression tool, so that the bowl hood gets compressed. Okay, bowl hood gets compressed by up to 60 newton meter. Bowl hood get compressed. Now these are the dismantling screws. So dismantling screws you have to put one by one in the order as mentioned in the clockwise direction. So you can see the lock ring coming out slowly as we are tightening. If you are tightening the wrong sequence, lock ring will not come out. So okay, one by one until number 6 we have to tighten, and we can see the lock ring has come out inside. Okay, now we are removing the decompression tool so that the bowl body becomes free from the bowl hood. Okay, and the lock ring can be removed out. Okay, lock ring has been removed out from the body. Now we will study further. So now further, when the lock ring has been removed out, now we need to remove the bowl hood, because bowl hood is now free to be removed. So again we need to fit the compression tool this time. So you have removed the now this time when you are fitting the compression tool, we need to put the puller screws outside part. Okay, in the outside part. So this is how you put the in the outside hole, not in the inner hole. Similarly, the compression tool will be fitted in the same way, but this time we will put. Why? Because we need to jack it up, right? So earlier what we were doing, we are compressing it. This time we are pulling it up. So that is the difference. That is why you are not inserting in the inner part, now you are inserting the outer part, so that when you are tightening, it will actually press the bowl body and the hood will be free to be taken up. Okay, earlier what was happening, you are compressing the inner section, you are compressing the bowl hood itself. This time you are compressing the bowl body so that the hood is getting free. That's why you are putting it in the outside part. Okay, fit the compression tool, and alternatively half of turn you have to remove, so that you can see the bowl hood is becoming little bit free to come out. Okay, so then the bowl hood becomes loose. When the bowl hood becomes loose, we can remove these clamps. Okay, and as you remove these clamps, you can see the bowl hood can be so taken up by mounting the D-cycles. So you can mount the D-cycles and take up the bowl hood from the, there is one alternate method also, but it is not very important. So bowl hood can be taken out from the straps, okay, as this strap. So now when the bowl hood has been taken out, you can put the bowl hood on two wooden blocks and tap into these screws. You see there are few holes given. So in this support you place the hole and tap it with the hammer, so that a part of the sealing ring gets ruptured, gets damaged, and then if you have to remove the seal ring, then you can turn the bowl upside down and using a maker provided chisel, soft chisel. Do not use the hard chisel, okay, otherwise it will damage the surface. You can slowly take out the main seal ring. So until this section we will see in the video presentation. Okay, so we see now we are again tightening the compression tool this time, and the clamps are put on the sludge ports. This time we are going to put the puller screws on the outer periphery. Okay, so that we are compressing the bowl body, not the bowl hood. Okay, so on the outer periphery we are putting it. Okay, tightened it, and then now you remove the puller screws and the clamps, and the bowl compression tool is still inside the bowl hood. It is screwed there, so we can now, bowl hood is free to rotate. We can so easily, if it is lighter you can pull by hand, otherwise you need to insert straps to pull it up. As per our manual, it is by straps that we need to pull the hood out. So hood, now you can place on the wooden blocks, and you can see these holes. Through the special chisel we can hold the main seal ring, and main seal ring can be, so you can see how main seal ring is a little bit protruding out on the other end. You can see this because pressure has been applied from the other side. So now you can cut the end by the chisel, and you can remove the main seal ring from the bowl assembly. Okay, until this section we will study in this video. In the next video we will continue with the rest part of the bowl disassembling.